It's Michelle from Muffin Beauty Science. Chemistry nerd, makeup nerd, everything nerd. My skin is pretty oily, so makeup setting sprays are really important if I'm having a long day and I don't want to look like a Dali clock. So today I'm going to look at how makeup setting sprays work and which ones to use. If you like this sort of video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and make sure you click on the notification bell so you don't miss any videos. Also, leave me a comment letting me know what other topics you want me to cover. What exactly is a makeup setting spray? They're liquid products that you spray over your makeup. They're not 100% necessary, but I really like using them. Makeup setting sprays do a few different things. They make your makeup look less powdery and more blended and more natural. They can also act like a shield to protect your makeup from sweat and rubbing and moving around on your face throughout the day. There are two main categories of setting spray. All setting sprays will help your makeup look less powdery and more blended, but some of them will also add a layer on top that shields your makeup. Both types of setting sprays are called setting sprays, but sometimes the shielding type, the type that leaves a layer or film on your skin, is called a fixing spray. So how do these different products work? Fixing sprays contain ingredients that form the shielding layer on top of your makeup, and usually these ingredients are polymers. Polymers are really long molecules that are sort of like plastics. They're good at forming a film on top of your makeup that can last for hours. In the setting spray, the polymers will be dissolved in a solvent, and that will usually be alcohol. When the setting spray is sprayed on your skin, the droplets spread out and merge together, and the solvent evaporates to leave behind the film. The film holds your makeup in place, and it's slightly waterproof as well. Before it evaporates away, the solvent also dissolves your makeup a little bit and helps it merge together, so it looks more blended and it looks more like actual skin. But if you spray too much, the solvent might dissolve your makeup and make it run. A fine spray usually works best here. The second type of setting spray doesn't hold your makeup in place, but they reduce the powdery dry look, and they can help you moisturize your skin over your makeup. They also work because their solvents dissolve the makeup a little bit. The fixing sprays tend not to have any skincare benefits, and they usually just sit on top of makeup and don't sink in. The second type though usually has humectant moisturizing ingredients, and these help your skin hold on to water. These ingredients are things like butylene glycol and glycerin. Because they don't need to dissolve any polymers, they also tend to have less alcohol in them. To tell if your spray is fixing or not, you can look at the ingredients. If there's a polymer in the first 4 ingredients, it will probably fix and shield your makeup, but if there isn't, it will be the second type of skincare blending spray. The two most common types of polymer ingredients you'll find in setting sprays are PVP, which is polyvinyl pyrrolidone, and AMP acrylates copolymers. If you're looking for a dupe of a fixing spray, then matching the polymer is a good idea, since that's the part that does most of the work in the spray. PVP is the most popular ingredient for fixing. Some of the sprays that have this include Scandinavia, Urban Decay, CoverFX, Maybelline, L'Oreal. There are tons more, I have a longer list in the caption. AMP acrylates copolymer is the second most popular type of polymer, and it's in sprays from e.l.f., Makeup Forever, Rimmel, and L'Oreal. There are a few less common polymers as well, so LA Girl and NYX use VP/VA copolymer. Pixi uses polyvinyl alcohol. Some of the more intense stage makeup brands like Ben Nye and Cinema Secrets use acrylates/octyl acrylamide copolymer, while the very popular Green Marble spray uses acrylic resins. A lot of the polymers used in fixing sprays are also used in hairspray, and so if you don't have a makeup setting spray handy, then hairspray can work as well, although it probably won't work quite as well as a product that's purposely designed for your face. Generally, hairspray isn't designed to have the same flex as a spray for your face because your hair doesn't move as much as your face, and they tend to have more alcohol, so they're a bit more dehydrating. But it's a popular trick that's used in theatre and drag for giving a heavier film that looks good, even if you have hot stage lights. Now you might think that the second type of spray, the type that doesn't fix your makeup, is less effective and less useful, but it really depends on what you're looking for. The second type is still really useful, but for a different purpose. They're really good for moisturizing your skin after you've applied makeup. And so for example, if in the middle of the day your skin gets really dry and flaky, it has a fine enough mist that you won't disturb your makeup and you can still get the moisture into your skin. There are loads and loads of sprays in this category. So for example, from Algenist, Glam Glow, Innisfree, MAC, Marc Jacobs, Pixie, Mario Badescu. You can also make this type of setting spray yourself with your favourite runny humectant toner. Just make sure you put it into a spray bottle that has a fine enough spray that your makeup doesn't run. You use both of these makeup setting sprays in the same way. After you apply your makeup, including the powder, you hold them at an arm's length away and spray them across your face a few times. Most brands recommend drawing an X or a T across your face with them. I personally tend to spray in stripes down my face and then add extra around my nose. For the skincare type sprays, you can also use them under your makeup. If I'm using mascara, I apply it before I put on the mascara, otherwise I tend to end up with mascara smudges under my eyes if I close them too hard. Also, definitely close your eyes when you spray them on your face, don't be like me. And take a deep breath before spraying them, otherwise you might end up hacking up a lung like some idiot I know who is definitely not me. And so that's all from me today. If you're a fan of beauty science, please subscribe to my channel. You can also follow me on my blog, Instagram and Facebook, and hopefully that will fill all your beauty science needs. If you have any topic suggestions, feel free to leave them in the comments, and I'll see you next time.